Alright guys, this is the next video that we're going to do. It's another run of lights. This time what we're going to do is we're going to take this box apart and we're going to cut in right over there where that conduit clamp is, and we're going to put a new box in. We're going to put an outlet right above it, and then we're going to run the lights from the outlet. So it'll be a little different in the fact that the power is coming through the switch and not coming through the lights. So the wiring will be just a touch different. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So first thing I'm going to do here is turn we're so low to the ground here that the tripod won't actually go low enough to catch this. So I'm having to hold this by hand. Is there any way I can do this? Let's see. I don't think so. So we're going to take that off real quick, and I'll get right back to you guys. So I have this wired up with pigtails. I'm going to go ahead and pull all this mess apart, and I'm going to actually take this box loose because I've got to get this conduit out from between two different boxes, and it's trapped in between them, so I got to loosen this all up to the point where I can get the conduit to slip out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll start this video back up when I get the conduit piece out and cut. Talk to you guys in a bit. Alright guys, I figured I'd do a quick little update. I had to take the entire run underneath the shelf on your right side off. I had to take the whole run loose to get this outlet in that is center screen, because you got to go pipe to pipe to pipe. And so one of the things, if you're doing this, to get them in the easiest, you put the ends on. You go ahead and put these ends on because the distance to the end of the fitting is only about another 1/4 of an inch, so that's the shortest distance. So you bow it out away from the wall and you get your conduit in. And then the next one above it is for the switch that's going to power the lights over the saw. And what I'll do is I'll pan up here and show you guys. So then it goes up across the wall there, and then I'll swing around and get this direction. And so it comes across the wall, and it's bent right there over the stud with a hook. And then you can see that actually it's really yellow because I got the wrong setting. Hold on. Filter. Sorry about that. So then you can see I'm going to have two lights above the bench. This is my bench here, and my saw is normally in the middle of the bench, but I'm still working on staining that fish tank project. So those are going to be two spotlights right there, floodlights, and then eventually someday when I convert over to LED, then I'll make up my own LED lights. But for now, that keeps me from having to use this stupid thing over here that's just hooked to the wall or to the conduit or whatever. So we'll get those in, and then we'll actually start documenting wiring. So when I start working on it again, I'll film it some more. Talk to you guys later. Alright guys, so what we're in the process of doing here is getting wiring ran. I gotta make this box back up, and pull off of there. There we go. This is just the way it was made up before. I didn't have to do any additions on this side. The new box that you can see to your guys' left, and mine too, is the new addition. That's going to be where the power's fed into another outlet that I didn't plan on having there, but it's fine. That'll work just fine. And then there's also going to be a light switch above it, and that will feed the next light run. So I'm going to get this made up real quick, and we'll get it all stuffed back in there, and we'll move on. Alright, that's all connected up, so now I just gotta shove it in the box and put this cover back on. See how this is gonna go in the box. It's a lot of crap for one box. Scoot down, wire nut. Bust the damn outlet. Huh. That's what all that noise was. Alright. And this goes up. And these out. Go on. Come on, Mayate. Done. Got that box tucked in. Be surprised if you guys are still going. You are. All right. All right, because I've got 3 wires coming into this one box, and I'm going to try to push them on with pigtails. I'm going to cut them all shorter than they are right now in the video. They're quite a bit longer than I think will end up fitting in that box if I shove everything in there and try to put an outlet in. So I'm going to go cut the power real quick because you can see where those wire nuts are. That's actually hot. So I'll cut the power, get them cut down, and see if I can get them to fit in there, and I'll be right back. This wiring ran and got it made up. At the switch here, what you have is you have 12-2, and it could be 14-2, but I'm using 12-2. All my grounds are tied together. I grounded the box to the switch, and then the grounds going through are tied together. The neutrals are tied together. The 2 white wires are wire nutted together. And then the black wire from the bottom, so the bottom is the feed, goes into the switch, and then the black wire going up is connected to the top of the switch. And so when I flip this switch, it completes the circuit and turns the lights on. Now what I'll do is I'll show the lights over here that are actually connected up. So what I have is so this is the connection at the workbench, and let me bring this light around here. So this is the connection at the workbench, and what I have is I have all of the white wires tied together, and I used a pigtail because it was easier to do these to a pigtail down on the bench. So I've got the 2 soft wires connected to my hard wire, and then I've got my neutral coming in tied to the white here, and the neutral going to that light. This light over here is already made up, but it's white to white and black to black. And then what I have here is I have a hot wire coming in, or switched power, tied to the hot wire going to the other light, and then also pigtailed down into this light. And then I have my grounds tied together. And so if I back this up a little bit, which is nice because it provided a lot more light for my work area here. So, and you can never have too much light in my opinion. I have 10 lights here if it's up to me. So these are my switch lights for the counter. And then I still have this little work light there and some other lights that help light the area. But so that's the makeup of this light run. I hope that it helps somebody. Remember, it's a run where the power goes through the switch, so I didn't have to use 3-wire. I was just able to use 2-wire from the switch to the first light and then wire them in parallel. Hope this helps somebody. Thanks a lot.